presents Dick Powell, Charles Boyer, David Niven, Ida Lupino.
Excuse me.
Just a minute, please.
Could you tell me where I might... Could you tell me where I might find something on the subject of Tibet?
Tibet?
Tibet, where all those Himalayas are and llamas and things.
Foreign Travel Department. I'll be section 801.
I'll be. Thank you.
Pardon me.
Yes, sir?
I'm looking for a book called The Plateau of Tibet.
I'll be section 801.
Thank you very much. I beg your pardon.
Excuse me. I'd like to check this one out, please.
John Mason. The author?
Oh, I think author's such a pretentious word. Let's just say that I scribble a little.
Oh, Mr. Mason, it must be wonderful traveling all over the world as you do. Getting into exciting adventures.
Look, let's not let this get around, but I do all my traveling on this passport.
I beg your pardon? Oh, your library card. Yes, sir.
Miss, the book I'm looking for, The Plateau of Tibet, it isn't in the section that you sent me to.
No, Mr. Mason is just checking it out.
Oh,
Thank you.
Oh, pardon me, but are you checking out The Plateau of Tibet?
That's right.
Excuse me, it's a little irregular, but would you mind if I took it instead? It's very important to me.
I'm sorry. It's very important to me, too. Look, if you want a book on Tibet, there are plenty there on the shelf.
Oh, but I'm not interested in them. I want this one.
No, I'm sorry.
If those books are so good, why don't you take one of them?
This one has pictures.
You've got to let me have it.
Shh. Look, let's not get in a panic. I only need the book for 2 or 3 days. If you come back, say on Thursday, I'll promise to return it by then.
Now, let go of me. Get go of me.
And he was after this?
Yes? Isn't it funny? Published in 1885. I wonder why he wanted it so badly.
Why did you want it?
Ah, that's a trade secret. I don't think I ought to tell you. But that's where I get the ideas for most of my novels.
What do you mean?
Out of these obscure books. You see, all the modern travel books are full of wars and upheavals, but these old ones still have romance and glamour, and out of what I find in them, I often dream up a thing called adventure.
No kidding. And I thought you had traveled to all those places.
Oh, no. On the sea, I'm seasick, and the air, I have asthma, so I stick to the libraries.
Well, I live and learn.
Yes, he didn't, poor chap.
Pardon me?
The little man who wanted the book so badly, tried to steal it. I wonder why.
Search me.
Well, Lieutenant, would you give me a call when you get some information on him?
Sure, if you want me to.
Yes, I wish you would. He seemed like such a nice little guy. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I thought of Sona and that last night in Tin Shan. I thought of her, but I knew I would never see her again. I knew I would never see anyone again. It was my last morning. They were waiting for me out there, and in that trackless waste, they would surely find me. And in that trackless waste, they would surely find me.
Surely find me. A man's last morning, what a poignant thought. The sun comes up. You've seen it every morning of your life, but you've never noticed it before. Now you see it, and it cuts your heart like a knife. I should have let him have it.
What?
The little man who wanted the book so badly.
Now, Mr. Mason, you can't go on blaming yourself. How did you know he was going to do anything so foolish? It isn't as if it were your fault.
Well, of course it's my fault. I let him have it. This whole thing would never have happened.
Now, I'm not going to let you get yourself so depressed. I'll make you some nice tea.
Put some brandy in it, will you? I'll get it. yes, Lieutenant. Let me get that, will you? Uh-huh. Yes. What, is that all? That's not much of an obituary, is it? Well, thanks a lot for calling, Lieutenant. Goodbye.
Your tea.
Thank you.
Was that the police?
Yes.
Could they tell you anything about him?
Not very much, no. He was 58. His name was Edward Sokolar. Lived alone over a grocery store and worked days as a janitor. You know what they found in that room of his?
Huh, what?
Books. Hundreds of books. Musty old books.
That's not so strange. You met him in a library.
And it puts paid to my theory about this one being so significant. The way he got so hysterical asking for it and even lost his life trying to get it.
Now, don't go being a writer.
Well, you know, I go to the library trying to find stories all the time. And this time, in spite of the awful tragedy, I really thought I had one.
He was just a petulant old man who wanted a book, and when he couldn't get it, he stole it. His eyes were bad, and he didn't see the car coming. Now, Tibet, remember? It cuts your heart like a knife.
Slave driver. You know, I think I'm going to make this llama really eccentric. What do you think?
I wouldn't know a llama if it bit me.
Well, considering the fact that llamas are very serious-minded priests, that's a fascinating project. I found out some interesting things about them.
The tea kettle.
Listen to this. Llamas training for education of, pages 94 to 108. 92. 94.
What's the matter?
A couple of pages stuck together. Hey, wait a minute. They look as though they've been glued together. Let's try and steam them open. Now, you hold that in. That's got it. All right, don't tear it. Here it comes. Looks like a code or something. 5/7/10 p.m. 1088 State. 33 Clarissa.
Clarissa? What does it mean?
Well, some of it's fairly simple. 10 p at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. when?
5/7.
7th day. Oh, that's today.
Seventh.
Tonight.
7th day of May, that's right. Now, 1088 State Street. 332.
That could be the apartment number. 332.
332. 1088 State. Clarissa. Now, what about Clarissa?
You know, Mr. Mason, when I was very young, I worked in a laundry for a while. And once we got in a bunch of work shirts, and there was a message in the pocket of one of them. And it read, I am a lonely man. Are you lonely, too?
Were you?
Oh, Mr. Mason, you don't think I answered it, do you? What are you going to do?
I'm going to find out about Clarissa.
But it may be dangerous. They might be kidnappers or something.
Now, Mrs. Miggs, didn't you ever wonder about that lonely man in the pocket of the work shirt? I may have a good story yet. You run along home.
Oh, but...
Lieutenant Brown?
Yes?
I'm Stan West, FBI.
How are you, Mr. West?
Fine, thanks.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you. I just left the deputy coroner's office. Saw that fellow was killed tonight, that 411.
Edward Sokolar? You boys interested in him?
And we've had him under surveillance for a long time. We figured we were coming in close tonight, and then this thing happened.
Too bad.
Yeah, that's the way things go. The report said he was killed trying to get a book.
That's right. Mr. Mason checked the book out of the public library.
Hmm? And where is it?
He took it with him.
See if we can get a hold of him. We gotta get that book back.
Okay.
That book may or may not be significant. I don't know. But we've got to check everything.
This Edward Sokolar, what was he, a spy?
Worse than that. He was a killer and an expert in sabotage. That's why we'd like to find out what's going on. What's happening?
He doesn't answer.
I'm gonna keep trying.
Yes?
Good evening.
Is there something you wanted?
I thought perhaps it was something that you wanted.
Well, don't stand there in a draft. You'll catch cold. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Just that you're the last thing that I expected to find in the pocket of a work shirt.
What?
Don't fight it. Just skip it.
Perhaps you're looking for the people down the hall.
Do I have a choice?
Look, I'm expecting someone.
Yes, so am I. At 10 o'clock. That is, if you know anything about Clarissa.
Well, what do you know? This work is getting more interesting every day.
Yes, I was beginning to feel the same way.
You're late. 3 minutes.
I have a cheap watch.
How did you get here?
I drove.
Where'd you get a car?
Oh, no, I didn't drive myself. I took a taxi.
Do you think that was wise?
Well, why the cross-examination? I got the message in the book, and here I am. I'm late because the taxi driver dropped me off, and I walked the rest of the way. You don't think I'd let him drive me right up to the front door, do you?
Won't you sit down?
Very good of you.
You speak very good English.
Well, thank you. So do you.
What do you call yourself?
Well, I have been using John.
Hello, John. I'm Linda.
Linda? But I thought that...
You thought what?
Well, I was just thinking about Clarissa. That's a name that conjures up mystery and romance.
The way you talk about that dirty old tub.
Dirty old tub?
Yes, the ship. What did you think I was talking about?
Oh, the ship, of course. She is a dirty old tub. But you should see her with the waves all round her and the wind whistling through her rigging.
You're very poetic.
No, it's nothing really.
I can't imagine they're sending someone like you. Yes? Well, where are you? Well, of course he's here. All right. Come up as soon as you can. That was George. He's downstairs. He'll be right up.
George?
Yes. Didn't Alex mention him?
Alex? No, Alex didn't mention George.
Well, George is generally very efficient. Didn't he mention me either?
Alex didn't mention you, no, but Nick mentioned you often.
Nick?
Yes, Nick.
Oh, well, I can't be expected to remember everyone.
That's my trouble, too.
I thought you'd be an entirely different type.
Oh, I am sorry.
I'm not a bit. Usually these jobs can be quite dull.
Yes, they are indeed. What did you expect me to be like?
Oh, I don't know. Rather, dedicated?
Well, I am dedicated. I'm dedicated up to the eyebrows.
Oh, I'm sure you are. But I meant obviously dedicated. You know, no time left except for the job. Are you dedicated, John?
Well, that all depends on the job.
Your timing is great.
You said 10:15.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Have any trouble?
No.
I take it that you're George, huh?
Yeah. Where are they sending us now? Park Avenue?
Look, we can get together later over a lemonade and discuss pedigrees. Now, we have a job to do, don't we? Let's get on with it.
You are dedicated. Here.
For me?
Of course. What are you looking so white about? You act as though you'd never killed a man before. Well, tonight we strike a powerful blow.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's what Alex would have said. He's so dramatic, saving the world and all that kind of thing. But not for me. For me, it's money. I'll take this until you need it.
Look, I don't think we ought to go through with this thing.
What do you mean?
Well, believe it or not, I think I'm losing my nerve.
You, one of our smoothest operators, losing his nerve? Oh, he's sensational. You know, he's the only one of us I've met that has a sense of humor.
Come on, it's time we're leaving. The Clarissa sails at midnight.
I'm not taking any orders from you. As far as I'm concerned, the whole deal's off.
You'll do what you're told.
How can I do what I'm told when it so happens that nobody's taken the trouble to tell me what to do?
Well, didn't Alex brief you?
No, he said that I'd be told later. Well, now it's too late and I'm no longer interested.
Wait a minute.
Well, Ed did say he'd give the details at the harbor.
You better tell him now, Linda. We can't waste any more time. And listen carefully, Park Avenue.
Well, I hope I don't get in trouble with Alex. The man you're to kill is a passenger aboard the Clarissa. He thinks he's incognito, but our agents have everything arranged.
Who is it?
Oh, he's a minister of defense of some foreign power. What power, I don't know.
That's a pretty big deal.
But of course, we save all the classy ones for you, sonny boy. Now let's get going.
Just a minute. Ladies first.
Well, this is it. We'd better separate.
I'll go back to work.
Right. After we get in there, I'll make an excuse to leave you. You watch where I go. After a moment, you follow. Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Charming spot.
Be sure and watch where I go.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
What would you like?
Where's the telephone?
Oh, back in the hallway.
Excuse me.
And you, sir, what would you like?
I'll wait for the lady.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mac.
Huh? You using this chair?
I'm expecting a lady.
What, in here?
Hey, look, why don't you bring all your friends over here and join me?
What?
Yeah, we can make a night of it. I know a great place where we could go. Have a ball. Million laughs.
Creep.
Hey, you watch where you're going.
Well, I'm sorry, I was just walking...
What's with you? You want to punch in the nose?
Not particularly.
What's
no.
wrong? Plenty of this guy doesn't watch where he's going.
Oh, sit down and take
What are
it
you
easy.
pushing me around?
Don't start any trouble
All right,
here.
then forget it.
Oh, you're always starting fights.
She's in the room at the end.
What kept you so long?
We had a little trouble with one of the customers.
Trouble?
Well, it was nothing.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
One of the customers got on his high horse, a stevedore. Tried to pick a fight with Park Avenue, and I stopped it.
Who is this stevedore?
I don't know. Nobody.
Nobody. How many times must I tell you everybody is somebody, and you can't trust any of them? Now throw them out of here.
Why?
What did you say?
I said why.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
Why is a word meaning for what reason, cause, or purpose.
Don't be evasive. This stevedore picked a fight with you, and yet you don't want him thrown out.
You know, I get the impression that you people don't trust one another around here. I wonder what Alex would say if he thought there was any inefficiency. If he thought, for example, that you didn't screen everyone who comes in here.
Now, look, I just run this joint. I got to make a buck when I can.
Oh, it's no skin off my nose. I just wondered what Alex would say, that's all.
You mean that you'd tell him?
No, I mean, if it was anything to do with me, I wouldn't let any dissatisfied customers leave this place tonight, because dissatisfied customers ask questions, and I don't think Alex would like some of those questions.
He's right. Better keep the stevedore happy. Give him a drink on the house.
On the house?
I'll pay for it.
Oh, well, that makes a difference.
Take care of it, George.
I'll go.
No, don't bother.
I'm Anna.
Oh, glad to know you.
I'm awfully pleased to meet you.
Very pleased to meet you, too.
Bring him some coffee.
Sure, I just made some.
Sit down, sit down. How much have you told him?
Just what he should know.
Well, I'll give you the rundown. The ship's at the dock. It leaves at midnight. That's just 35 minutes. The man you want's already on board. Here's his cabin number. Now, you'll get on in 15 minutes. That'll give you 20 minutes altogether. Plenty of time to take care of your man and get away easy.
It's awful hot. Don't get burned.
I'll try now.
Any questions?
What happens to me if I get caught?
There's nothing to worry about. At 20 minutes to 12, you go up the gangplank wearing a uniform.
Uniform?
Yes, cabin steward's uniform. Nobody will stop you. It'll all seem perfectly normal.
What about the crew? Won't they think it rather strange if a new man suddenly shows up?
No, they won't think it's strange. You see, Alex picked you especially because you're the same size and age as the cabin steward. In the dark and with his papers, they won't know the difference.
I don't get this. If the cabin steward's one of your men, why doesn't he do the job?
Who said he was one of our men? He doesn't even know us. He's coming here for a snort. The oiler's bringing him. When he gets here, bam. You take his clothes and his identification papers.
I see.
Nobody will find the body until they're away out to sea.
What happens to yours truly?
Well, if you're as clever as they say you are, at 5 minutes to 12, you'll be back here with me.
The whole plan stinks. I say you should have used a bomb.
You're crazy. You blow up a ship in the harbor, you got yourself a mess. This way, it's nice and clean.
Suit yourself, but on my time, I made some bombs that were bombs. Believe me, brother.
What's the matter?
The cabin steward's here.
Well, get him back here. We need that uniform in a hurry.
Come and take a look.
Why?
Just come and take a look. You too. You like that steward? He suits you okay?
Well, he could pass for him fine. Same size, general description.
That's the oiler. The small one's the steward.
Stop it! They'll hear you. Take him in the back room.
No, not here. We just got this business started. We can't have any trouble. Hold it! Please, not here. We could never dump his body.
All right. Take him down to the wharf. And don't make a sound.
Act natural. Careful with that gun, but keep him covered.
Keep going.
What do you think you're doing?
Why don't you leave him alone?
Why don't you put her out?
Get that gun, officer. Now follow me and help yourself to a promotion.
What is going on here? Wait a minute. What's this all about?
Then grabbed her, held her tight, and stifled her screams with kisses. Period, paragraph, the end.
Did you, Mr. Mason?
Did I what?
Stifle her screams with kisses.
Really, Mrs. Miggs? I don't know how you could ask such a question.